What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to a new video. And for the past few days, I've been trying to figure out a way to get a bunch of gourmet seed packs and eggs really fast. Not only is it really fast, but you don't need the bone blossom at all. So I'm going to show you exactly what I do to get more gourmet seed packs and eggs, but first I'm going to give you the recipes, because I think the recipes are really important and you should know all of them. Oh yeah, before I forget, look at this. Let's say, for example, Crispy is craving a salad, right? And you're going to give Chris a mythical salad. If Chris is craving a salad, he's going to turn it into a divine salad. And just like that, it's going to give you more rewards. And that's going to happen for everything. If you give Chris a normal salad, it's going to turn legendary. If you give Chris a legendary, it's going to turn mythical, and so on. But also keep in mind, a big fruit or vegetable always matters. So make sure at least one of them is really big. I normally make the one that's really rare bigger. Here's another example. To make a cake, you need 2 sugar apple and 2 corn. And after doing that, you should have a big mythical cake so you can hand it in. But because Chris is craving a cake, he's going to turn it into a divine one. And just like that, you get more rewards and better rewards. But now I'm going to give you my recipes. So for the salad, I make a mythical salad every single time. And to make the mythical salad, I use 1 tomato and 2 peppers. Make sure one of those peppers are really big. And for the sandwich, I use 1 tomato, 1 corn, and 1 cacao. And for this, I'm gonna make the corn or cacao really big. And up next, we have the pie, and I make a mythical pie every single time. And to make the mythical pie, I use 1 apple and 1 pumpkin. Now for this, it doesn't really matter which one you make really big. I think the apple's gonna be easier, because I believe on an apple tree, you get like 6 different apples. So it could be better to do it that way. And for the next one, we do have a waffle, and I'm gonna make it a mythical waffle. And to make the mythical waffle, I use 1 coconut and 1 pineapple. And for this recipe, I'm gonna make the coconut really big. It's definitely way easier, because I'm pretty sure on a coconut tree, you get like 20 coconuts or something really high. So you have a really high chance of making multiple of them really big. And for the next one, we have a hot dog, and I'm gonna make a legendary hot dog. And to make a legendary hot dog, you need 1 pepper and 1 corn. And for this recipe, I make the pepper really big. And I'm gonna be honest with this one, I get a lot of gourmet seed packs. And for the next one, we have the ice cream. And for this, I'm gonna make a mythical ice cream. To make the mythical ice cream, you need 1 sugar apple and 1 corn. And of course, for this one, we're gonna make the sugar apple really big. And with this recipe, I get a lot of gourmet eggs for some reason. And for the next recipe, we have the donut. And with this recipe, we're making a mythical donut. And the recipe I use is 2 sugar apple and 1 corn. And make sure one of the sugar apples is really big. And for the next one, we have the pizza. Normally, I make a legendary pizza, and I use 2 corn, 2 apple, and 1 pepper. And I make sure the pepper is really big every time I deposit it. Now for the sushi, we make a mythical sushi every time. When I make the mythical sushi, I use 3 sugar apple, 1 bamboo, and 1 corn. And once again, make sure 1 sugar apple is really big. And for the second to last one, we have the cake. And for this, I make a mythical cake every single time. To make the mythical cake, you need 2 sugar apple and 2 corn. And once again, make sure the sugar apple is really big. And now for the last one and my least favorite one, the burger. We're going to be making a mythical burger, and you need 4 ingredients. You will need 1 pepper, 1 corn, 1 tomato, and 2 beanstalk. And for this, I want to make the beanstalk really big, at least one of them. And also keep in mind, when making a recipe, do not use multiple big fruits. Try to save 1 big one for the next recipe, because you only need one of them to be really big, not multiple of them. Alright, so now I'm going to show you guys how I set up my garden. And I'm telling you right now, the best thing you could do is have an empty garden, because for this method, you need triceratops. And normally, I use between 6 or 8 of them. But if you don't have triceratops, it's okay, you can still do this. The main reason why the triceratops are really good for this, they get you the fruit way faster. And having an empty garden with the triceratops is so much better, because they target the specific fruits you want. So if your garden has like a lot of things, they might ignore the ones you need. And to make things even better, the triceratops will help you grow the plants way faster. But now you're probably wondering, which seeds should I plant? You want to look back at every single recipe and plant whatever you see. So I'm pretty sure you need sugar apple seed, pepper seed, cacao seed, coconut seed, corn seed, tomato seed, pumpkin seed, bamboo seed, and so on. So if you want to make sure, go back to the beginning of the video. And once you have all the seeds fully grown, it's time to use sprinklers. The one thing I noticed about this update, there's so many more godly sprinklers in the gear shop. And I'm pretty sure this was intentional to help everybody with the update. So make sure you guys are buying every single godly sprinkler you see in the gear shop. If you keep missing it, you could use a Discord to help you with the notifications. Like for example, even in my Discord, I have notifications set up, so if you want to use that, you could. But make sure you get every single godly sprinkler in the gear shop, because it's really important. If you want to, you could use master sprinklers. I suggest not to, because I feel like with the master sprinkler, it's better to use them to make fruit really big for money. But if you want, you could use the master sprinkler to make all of your fruits really big. And normally when I plant all of my seeds, I put them really close to each other, so I can use 1 godly sprinkler or 1 master sprinkler for all of them. Doing it this way, you save so much on sprinklers. Now once all your plants or trees are fully grown, you're gonna wait for the fruits to grow now. And once they're fully grown, you're gonna put on a godly or master sprinkler in the middle of them. And make sure the radius hits every single plant and tree you see. And then after that, you're gonna use the harvest tool to collect all of them. And if you want, once your inventory gets full, you can sell all the fruits. And now the effect of the Godly Sprinkler and Master Sprinkler should be working. And with the Triceratops, you should get the fruits back really fast. And make sure when the Triceratops does hit them, you collect the fruit. Because if you collect the fruit as soon as possible, you're gonna get more of them. Because I'm pretty sure the Master Sprinkler only lasts like 8 minutes and Godly Sprinkler 5 minutes. So the more fruit you get from them, the better. And normally after like one sprinkler, you should get enough for the whole hour. There is also one more thing you could do if you want. If you have it, you could use the giant ant. Because with the giant ant, there's a chance it could give you extra fruit. And let's say for example, if you were to grab like 4 sugar apples and it gives you 8 instead, it could be a really big deal. Because just like that, you could make way more recipes, and especially if they're really big. But if you don't want to constantly pick up your Triceratops and your giant ants, you don't have to do it, but it is a good option. And there's also one more thing I'm going to start doing in the future. I think I'm going to start using my mooncats. Because in general, the mooncat makes any fruit really big. I'm pretty sure it's between 1.5 or 2 times larger. And until my accounts, I'm pretty sure I have like 10 on each. So mooncats could be really good if you don't want to use sprinklers. Or I mean, if you want, you could use sprinklers and mooncats to make it really big. So I feel like either way, you're going to have really big fruit. But if you could get between 2 to 4 mooncats, I think it'll help you a lot for this event. And plus, I feel like by now, you should have a bunch of mooncats because they're really good. I mean, I feel like I use them for every single event in the game so far. Yeah, it's definitely mooncats and giant ants I always use. And the way to use the mooncats is the same way you use the godly sprinklers. You have to wait for all of your fruit to be fully grown and then put on the mooncats. And the minute you see the mooncats go to sleep, you start picking up all the fruit. And also, if you want, you could give them medium toys to make their passive even better. And I'm pretty sure from the event itself, you get small toys, you can use those as well. Oh, and also before I forget, you could use the orange tabby. The orange tabby is an old pet from the rare egg. Now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure I have a bunch of them on one of my accounts. I gotta check that later. But the orange tabby does the same thing as a mooncat. I'm not gonna lie, I think it's way easier to get mooncats by now. But then again, the rare egg was out for like a few months, so you never know. Either way, whichever you want to get, just get a few of them, because they're gonna benefit you a lot in the future. So yeah, Triceratops, mooncats, orange tabby, giant ants, all really good for this event. And also, if you try my recipes, tell me what you guys get from it, because I feel like every time I use it, I get gourmet eggs and gourmet seed packs pretty often. Like I'm pretty sure right now I have a few hundred of them. And also for my last reminder, make sure you're using a Discord notifier for the seed shop, because getting the sugar apple right now is really good for you. And this method is how I get gourmet seed packs and gourmet eggs without the bone blossom. And also doing it this way, you could avoid using exclusive seeds. So I think overall it's a really good idea. So hopefully everything you learn in this video helps you out like it did for me. And also, I'm gonna be honest, I think all the pets in this event are really good, especially the spaghetti sloth, the mochi mouse, and also the sushi bear. But yeah, but for the most part, to look out for today. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.